Hello again. This is Math 1120, coming to you from the College of DuPage. The title of this lecture is Cockpit Commentary and Final Exam Terms of Reference. Please be an attentive learner while watching this video. A little bit of cockpit commentary. Math 1120 is not easy, under the best of conditions. You see, there are two challenging, diverse, math-intensive subjects covered in an acceleration fashion, statistics and physics. And it targets a specific and highly technical application, diagnostic ultrasound. But under COVID circumstances, that's even more so. But Linda Shaw and I have done this many times, and several during the COVID era. And this spawns an apt analogy. We're the flight crew, an experienced flight crew, flying a set of people, you, customers, through troubled skies. We advise you to keep your seatbelts fastened, but we know what we're doing, and we fly through these skies, and our goal is to land at the destination safely. And three things are important to our practice, particularly during COVID. First and foremost, teach the best content course possible. You deserve that. I never want you to have to apologize for taking a course at a community college. Secondly, we want to strive to help the students manage their anxieties. And third, within a wholesome discipline, and that is an important caveat, we render grades gently. Spring 2020 was different, way different. The recent challenge was to cover physics in 3 weeks rather than 8, while instilling some confidence and calming, I will call you passengers, your students, and trying to calm your anxiety. But we had 37.5% of the time, 3 out of 8, and we were making significant investments trying to provide some assurance. But a flight plan was in place to cover concisely all the important topics. You deserve that. Then, at the last class, and continuing the analogy, there was sudden, unexpected, and significant clear air turbulence. Those of you who were there know what happened. So the flight plan was adjusted in real time, and we spent the last period reviewing rather than continuing covering material. That means we covered the red topics instead of all 12 of the topics that I was prepared to cover during that session. In one sense, this is a disappointment. You see, our plan delivered a significantly more complete content course, but there should be greater comfort now with the topics covered because we spent more time even reviewing them, and with it all, we are landing safely with an acceptable figure of merit. In 37.5% of the time, we covered a little better than 40% of the major topics. 5 out of 12 is a little better than 40%. And for those who are interested in learning and wanting to learn, my channel covers all the topics with videos on all of these topics and actually more. So, now moving on to the topical outline for the final. There will be 5 equally weighted problems only, not 12. They are a vector problem, finding the magnitude and direction of the resultant of 3 vectors. A dimensional analysis problem, converting from an original set of units into a new set of units. A range equation problem from ultrasound. And the range equation, as you know, is also known as the 13 microsecond rule. There will be a problem dealing with projectile motion in a plane and the horizontal and vertical components of that. And there will be a problem, the 5th and last problem, actually not maybe in this order, but the fifth content problem is proportional analysis and dealing with direct and inverse proportionality equations. There will be grace notes, and these are exactly the grace notes that will be attached to the test. These are all the grace notes that you will have. But here is a grace note talking about the work that we did with vectors. You see the sines and cosines and so on and so forth. So you will have this to refer to. It will be attached to your test. There are more grace notes. Here you see the range equation is known as a 13 microsecond rule. That is all you get. Here's a discussion of direct proportion. Here's a discussion of inverse proportion. Here are the rectilinear equations in the x direction and in the y direction. So those are the grace notes, that's the content, and accordingly, then the College Data page has specified our final exam will be administered in 3H04 on Tuesday. Now I had planned, when I thought there were going to be 12 questions, to give you extra time and to deploy that in the testing center. We're not going to do that now. We're just going to have it in 3H04 on Tuesday of final week, and that'll be May 17th. Beginning promptly at 6 p.m. and concluding promptly at 7:50. That's what the College Data page insists as our protocol. And so we won't be doing the testing center for this. As discussed previously, this is an important exam for you. It constitutes 1/2 of your grade. And it is a mandatory exam, and that means it's a course requirement. If you want to pass the course, you must take this exam. And I will let you use the scientific calculator on your computer, or in fact any calculator that you want to use. That's fine. You won't be able to call friends on your cell phone and things like that during the test. In closing, now more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math; it will make you strong. And now, more than ever, take care of yourself and of each other. It's up to us to make a difference. God bless you all, and I'll see you on Tuesday in our regular classroom. Take care.